This week we are working on session 4, assignments for May 18th through May 22nd. Just as before, all assignments for this week are due by Friday, May 22nd at 11:59 p.m. One more time, quick review. If you're looking for your student workbook, you would click on this link. And if you're looking for the files in order to complete the assignments, you would click on this link. Remember, when you go into the files, you are downloading and then you work on the files. Do not just click here and choose the file and start working, okay? You must first right click and you can download the file. After you download it, then you open it and you work on the assignment, okay? Please make sure that that's what you're doing so that you do not mess up the files. Let's go ahead and get started. This week, we just have 3 assignments that we are going to complete. First one is called Relative, Absolute, and Mixed References. It's found on page 62 of your student workbook, and we are using file 411, Student Budget. So let me just go to the student workbook. I am already on the page. As you can see, that's page 62. Remember, you are looking at the page numbers on the actual page, not at the top here. Okay. This assignment should take you only about 5 minutes to complete. Let's go ahead and get started. You will see that the steps actually start with number 3. So that's where we're going to go. It says open 411 student budget. So I believe I already have it open. 411 student budget is already opened. Using the sum function and relative references, total the January months in cell B8 and fill the formula to C8, M8. Okay, so first of all, what are we doing? We're doing sum, okay? And what are we adding up? The total for the January amounts. And we're going to put that total in cell B8. So first of all, let's go to cell B8. I'm already here. And you can, on the home tab, you can access auto sum here, or you can go to the formulas tab and you can see auto sum here. I'm just going to stick with the formulas tab. So auto sum, and we are selecting B4 through B6, and we are going to hit enter, and then we're going to fill it in through C8 through M8. All right, so let's do. So let's hit enter on the keyboard, and you'll see that it adds up B4 through B6. We're going to place our cursor over the fill handle, which is the dot in the bottom right hand corner, and we're going to go out to M8, and it auto populates. Next step. Number 5, using the product function, one absolute reference and one relative reference, we're going to create a formula in cell B9 that multiplies the tax rate by the total and fill the formula through C9 and M9. All right, so first thing is the formula, we're going to use product. Product simply means multiply, okay? And what are we multiplying? We're multiplying one absolute reference and one relative reference. If you scroll back up to the top, you'll see they even gave you an explanation of what a relative reference is and what an absolute reference is. So if you've forgotten what that means, scroll back up to the top here, or you can go back to the Learn Key video. It's going to be in session 4. The name of the video is Insert References, Calculate and Transform Data. And when you open up the video is called Relative, Absolute, and Mixed References. Okay? Anyways, so let's go back now. All right, so we're multiplying an absolute value and a relative value, which is actually going to be calculating the tax rate by the total. Okay, so let's go here. We are in B9. Okay, in B9, what we are going to do is I want you to click on Insert Function. You are going to type product, hit enter, and you'll see that it has product right there. So you click that, hit OK. What are we multiplying? Okay, well, the first thing that we're multiplying is the total. So click here and choose the total. Okay, go back here. And what is the next thing that we're multiplying? We're multiplying the tax rate. So click here, choose the tax rate. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, now we're not done because right now cell B8 is the relative value. And now we need to create the absolute value. The absolute value means that no matter what total we multiply Q2 by, it will always be Q2. So we need to convert Q2 into the absolute value. And we do that by adding the $ before the Q, which means we will always use column Q. And then we will put the $ before the 2, which means we will always use row 2 of column Q. Hit enter on the keyboard. Okay, and it makes more sense when we auto-populate, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We are auto-populating all the way down to M9. So let's go to M9. All right, so if you were to choose any of these that were pre-populated for you, you will notice that it multiplies C8, which is the total for February. But look at what happens here. It stayed as column Q, row 2, which is the tax rate. So the tax rate is constant no matter which month we click on. It's always the 7.5%. Okay. All right. Let's go back. And actually, that was it. That was it for that one. So how are we going to save this assignment? We are going to save it as relative with your name. Select it. Copy it. File. Save as. Make sure you know where you're saving your work. Don't forget to put your last name. Save. Now, go to your drive. Make sure you go to shared with me. Go to your class period. Choose your name. Go into your 4th 9 weeks folder, and we are working in session 4. So open up session 4. Right click. Upload new files. So when you upload new files, what we're going to do is we are going to upload the file that we saved. In order to do that, you need to make sure you know where did you save your work. So I saved it here, and relative, here it is. And there it is right there. Okay, so now that's the first assignment. Second assignment is found on page 66. It is called use count, count A, and count blank. So let's go to page 66 in the student workbook. Here we are. Use count, count A, and count blank. So open the 422 classes by month workbook. Open the January worksheet. Here, file, open 422 classes by month. This is it. I am going to zoom out so that I can see my entire area that I'm working with. Okay, let me make it just a little bit bigger so that you can see. Okay, and I am on the January worksheet. In cell S6, let me just go to S6 real quick. S6, there it is right there. Okay, so in S6, we're going to use the count function to create a formula that counts the number of class sections that were taught. And we are looking at the range of B6 through M6. So count B6 through M6. All right. So here, go to the formulas, count, here's count, and remember what the range was, B6 through M6, hit OK, and it counted how many cells in that range had a number, and that is correct right there. We're going to fill the formula down column S through the end of the morning classes. So fill handle, go down, and it auto-populates for you or auto-fills for you. Number 4, in column T, use the count blank function to display the number of sections per morning class that were skipped. Okay, no problem. Let's go to column T, and this time we are going to look for count blank. Here it is. Click OK, and we are going to use the same range, B6 through M6. Hit OK, and it should be 1 because this is one blank cell here. Okay. Next, number 5. Now, number 5, it looks like a fill in the blank, but you actually completed. It says, use the automatic calculation feature on the status bar to find the average, count, and sum of all the Clearwater evening classes sections for January 14th through the 18th. Okay, well, let's first go down to the evening classes. So these are the evening classes down here. Okay, all of these are the evening classes. So these are the evening classes. Here are the dates. This is Clearwater. That's Clearwater. And the date that we are going to be working with is right here. Okay, so the first thing is, let's go ahead and do average. Okay, so click here. We are in cell P23, and this is where we are going to enter the average for the evening classes. So you click on the drop, we're on the formulas tab. Click the drop down under auto sum, choose average. Okay, now you might do this, and that would be wrong. And the reason why it's wrong is because it wants you to look at the evening classes for January 14th through the 18th. And it even gives you the range of C23 through C36. So what are we doing? We are going to do C23 through the 36. Hit enter. All right, so now it has calculated the average in C23 through C36, which coincides to Clearwater, January 14th through the 18th. Okay, that's your average. Count. Okay, so let's see. Count is over here. So now let's do count. Drop down, count. One more time. We're sticking with the same range. Enter. And that's 14. And now the last one says sum. Now, when you look at some, you might say, oh, Miss John, it's already filled out. Okay. But pay attention. Look at this range. This range up here says B23 to M23. That is not the correct range. Okay. So that needs to be changed. The range that we should be working with is C23 through C36. So you can just change it up here. You can just click here, C23 to C36. Hit enter, and now it recalculates the total for you, and it is recalculating the total for the correct range. Now we're going to save. For this assignment, we are saving it as count your name. Okay, so let's go ahead. Right. Copy, file, save as. Remember what I said. Remember where you're saving your work. And I believe I did mines and downloads. Yep. Go to your drive. Make sure you are in your session 4. Make sure you choose the correct one. I almost uploaded the wrong one. If you notice, I automatically went to AppCon and it's Cown with your name. So don't do what I almost did. And you upload. And now let's go to our last assignment for this week, which is found on page 70, concat and text join. So this is page 70 here. Use concat and text join. This one takes 10 to 15 minutes. One more time. The video that helps you with this is found in session 4 of Learn Key. The topic is called Format and Modify Text. And when you open up the video, it is the 4th one. It is called Use Concat and Text Join. So open up the 433 Inventory and Instructors Workbook. Open the Instructors Worksheet. Okay. And the instructor's worksheet is open. In cell M2, use the concat function to concatenate cell A2, a space, and cell B2. And you're going to fill the formula through M4. All right. So cell M2, Formulas tab, insert function, concat, and what are we concatenating? We are doing A2 separated by a space and then B2. So A2 separated by a space, so space, and then B2. And then right here, it shows you a preview. Hit OK. Use your autofill, drag down. Next. In cell O2, so let me just put I'm in O2 now. Okay, so now let me go back. Use the text join function to join the lowercase names of the first instructors. And that's found in range G2 and H2. And the period is the delimiter. And you're going to fill the formula through O4. So we're going to use the lowercase names found in G2 and H2 and separated by a period. So first thing is insert function, text, join. Click on text join. What is your delimiter? Remember, it's at a period. So put the period there. Ignore empty. You're going to type true. Okay, the lowercase was G2 and the lowercase last name H2. It shows you a preview of what it's going to look like when you click OK. You can see that preview right here. Click OK. And now you have Amy.Jones and autofill down. All right. So fill in the blanks in the formula below to create a formula for cell O2 that would result in an email address in the format first name dot last name at uacfla.com. So basically what we're doing is we are combining two formulas. Okay, so we're combining concat and we're combining text join. And when we combine the both of those, it is going to create an email address for that person. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. So in O2, so O2 right now, we already have the text join formula. So all I'm going to do is add the concat portion to combine the both of them. Okay. So you select cell O2. Go to your formula bar here at the top. Click just to the right of your parentheses, and you are going to type concat. Okay. Next, you're going to do an open parentheses. Okay. So basically, we are going to concatenate this whole text join. That's the whole first part. Okay. So what you're going to do is after the text join formula, do a comma. And if you're following along, you'll notice that now it's telling you, okay, add the second part. Okay, what's the second part, guys? You are going to do your parentheses. And the second part was at uacfla.com. So let's go ahead and type it at uacfla.com. Okay. Here. And close your parentheses. Okay. And now hit enter. And you'll notice that it created your email address. You're just going to here, and we're going to, well, first of all, let me open up this cell. Double click. Okay, that's better. Visually, it's better. And now you're going to use your autofill and drag down. And now you have created email addresses for all of the employees. Okay. Apply the formula in step 5 to N2 and N4. And I think I went ahead of myself and I did that. Yes, I did. And I believe that is it. Okay. So now we save. And let's go ahead and save. All right. Save, join your name, copy. file, save as. Make sure you're saving in the right place. Can't stress that enough. And upload. And what did I save it as? I'm getting short-term memory here. Join your name. Okay. And it's uploading. So that's it, guys. One more time. When we go in to check your work, we are going to go into your student folder. We're going to go into the fourth 9 weeks. We are going to go to session 4, and we should see these 3 files here. Okay, and we'll open them up and check them. So if you save your work anywhere other than your session 4 folder, we won't see it, guys. And it's going to be marked as missing in your gradebook. All right, as not completed. And you may send an email saying, I completed my work. Miss, how come I got an F? If you do not save your work in the right place, we can't see it. Okay, so make sure you are going to your shared with me. Go into your class folder, whatever your class folder is. Click on your name, fourth 9 weeks, session 4. Okay, and that's it in a nutshell, guys. We only have 1 more week to go. That's it, just 1 more week. Remember, we have a Zoom session on Wednesday, which is today, at 12 p.m., 12 noon. Look in your email starting at 11:30 for the new Zoom invite. Okay, talk to you guys later.